Alright guys, in this video, I'm going to be helping you decide who you should be picking up with your premium UR purple stone. But before we get into it, let's take a look at how much cash money you're going to have to drop to pick up one of these purple stones. So you can pick up more than one stone pack to get yourself more than one stone. But even just picking up one in the UK is going to cost you anywhere from $34.99. Yes, you do get 80 stones along the way, which isn't too bad. But if you want to make sure that you make the most of them and you get more than one, not only are you going to have to buy that first pack first, but then to get the second one that you're after and the third, because it's under the same pack, you have to buy the original one first and drop another $35.99 to get the final two to get all three, and also an extra 100 dragon stones. Not bad overall, but almost £100 you have to drop to get all three of these stones. Although I will say the stone value along the way and these purple stones, it's not too bad, but it's still quite a lot of money to drop in the first place. So starting from the bottom of the list, we do have the Int EZA SSJ4 Gogeta, who would actually be a great pickup. But before we carry on as to why, you could always pick up one of the units that you don't have. That's always a good place to start. Worst case scenario, you fill box space, you fill up your collection. And then best case scenario, it could be a unit that's still waiting on an EZA. But in terms of a Gogeta, still a great pickup. You know, he's a Super Saiyan 4 unit. He's going to work well with Super EZA SSJ4 Goku and Vegeta. He's going to work well with the EZA LR SSJ4s from Year 7. He works well on Giant 8 Power with Carnival LSJ4 Goku, GT Heroes, Battle of Fate, Power Beyond the Super Saiyan, Earth Protecting Heroes, Fuse Fighters. Goes on a lot of great categories. And of course can work really well joined up with the brand new SSJ4 Daima Goku and also mini SSJ4 Goku if you have him as well. And just above him we have some more recent EZAs like Broly, who we're going to skip, GT Super Saiyans, who probably 6 months ago or so I would have said they're not bad pickups, but right now I would only grab them if you don't have them for collection purposes. But at the moment you're not really getting too much value off of them. Immediate value though, however, is this Kid Gohan. Really good unit. Of course, one of the major benefits is the fact that you can already get them fully Dokkan Awakened. Of course, he doesn't have his EZA passive here just yet. You're going to have to do that yourself. You know, you have to put in some work yourself, guys. Of course, has fantastic support, works really well on Demonic Power with the EZA Fizz Ultimate Gohan. You've also got the LR Future Gohan and Trunks. Belongs on Goku's family. Now, I know he doesn't go on the full 220 lead that SSJ4 Daima Goku leads, but still on a 170 I think he'd do really well, especially with the support he could give him, and again Mini Ku as well, and a lot of great Goku's family units that can really benefit from this Gohan support as well. Again, Goku's family, Bond of Parent Child, Demonic Power, Hybrid Saiyans, Earthbred Fighters and Earth Protecting Heroes, all fantastic categories that this EZA can go on. And he just makes an overall great slot 3 unit. And again, scrolling up, we're going to skip over some of these units here, especially that EZA AGL Trunks. I really do regret dropping 500 red coins on him. He was just not worth it whatsoever. His EZA is straight buns. However, on the other side, we do have the EZA Tech Androids, who are a great pickup, especially if you don't have them already, and especially if you already have some of the other units I've already said so far in this video, because they are very good. Do great damage, great defensively. Work really well on androids. That category got a massive upgrade, especially with 16, them, 19 Ninja Rose EZA and the Gammas. And of course, the major part being their active skill, having that one-turn Usher, which is always handy. However, if your androids category or android and Cell Saga category are looking a little bit empty, then I would probably stay away from the time being, unless of course you have the majority of other units here and you can pick them up for collection purposes, because they're still a very good unit. Then if we were talking like a year to 2 years ago, that Goku and Kid Buu would be an amazing choice. I would say probably leave them behind for the time being. Also with the Goku and Gohan. And then we're kind of getting into grayish territory, because these blue boys right here don't have an EZA yet. So you could invest for the future. If you don't have them, definitely a not bad choice of a pickup. Of course, the one guarantee you do not have is how good their EZA is actually going to be. But if you don't have them, and again, I just sound like I'm repeating myself, if you don't have them and you have a lot of the other units already here, again, not only could you invest for the future for their potential EZA, which they're definitely due one for, but then you're also filling up your collection when it comes to box space as well on a unit you don't have. Then we have GT Pan, who's kind of neither here nor there at this point, I'm being really honest. This Goku, I mean, I would definitely get him if you don't have him. You could still definitely find some use with him, especially with his support. He's still a very good unit with dodge. You know, he does belong on DB Saga, which isn't very packed out at the moment. You can also fit in on Pure Saiyans, Goku's family, Bond of Parent and Child, you know, Dragon Ball Seekers for some 220 leads, Earthbred Fighters, movie heroes. A really good option, but I wouldn't pick him over, say, Gogeta. I wouldn't pick him over, say, even Tech Androids. However, those are units you already have. He's definitely not a bad option to pick up with your Purple Dragonstone, and the same could be said for the Gammas. But what I will say, though, is if you only have one of the stones and you don't have either one of them, I'd probably go with one of the other choices. However, if those are your best bet, pick up one, hopefully get one later on. If you already have one, definitely grab the other because their EZAs are really good. And then they're also great additions to, again, Androids and Cell Saga, movie heroes, etc, etc. They are very good. And then not only that as well, if you do decide to pick up the full set of Purple Stones and these are 2 units you are missing, definitely grab both of them because they are great as a pair. And then as we scroll up, we're looking at more units who are a bit more recent and don't have EZAs, and all of these units here from Bardock all the way up to SSJ3 Goku, I would say are investments for the future. If you have all of the units we've already talked about from Gamma 1 and below, definitely pick one of these units up because at one point they will get an EZA. Yes, it might not be anytime soon, but it's a unit you didn't have and now you do. And again, it's an investment for later on down the line when they eventually do get an EZA and you're prepared for it because you've already got them. But what I will say here, there's no really wrong choice when it comes to one of these units because, well, if we're being completely honest, you're not going to get much use of them out of them now until they do eventually get their EZAs. So you can kind of just pick up whoever you don't have. But if you want some immediate value, some immediate effect with your stones, I would definitely say the Gammas, but only as a pair if you don't have either one of them. And then you're looking at the likes of the Androids, Gohan or SSJ4 Gogeta, but then Androids being on the bottom of the list if you specifically don't have Androids or Android/Cell Saga to make a fully good working team. So those are your top choices. And that is who I would pick with the Purple Dragonstone. So let me know if you're going to be dropping that money on those expensive stone packs. And let me know who you pick up, whether that is with one Purple Dragonstone or with all 3. Let me know who you decide down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.